The soft target, why the UK system is failing, thanks to something we call the Great Disconnect. Today at Official Observations, we're looking at a label that's been sticking to the UK like glue lately: soft target. Now, whenever we talk about illegal migration, the conversation usually focuses on the English Channel or the borders. But the real problem, the one that actually invites people to play the system, isn't just the coastline. It's the paperwork. It's the fact that our immigration and law enforcement systems don't talk to each other. They operate in silos, totally blind to what the other is doing. And in that gap between the Home Office and the police, thousands of people are finding a way to stay who shouldn't be here. Let's get into why the UK has become a masterclass in bureaucratic dysfunction. The extradition loophole. Let's start with a scenario that sounds like a joke, but it's a daily reality in our courts. Imagine someone is wanted for a serious crime abroad. They're caught in the UK. They actually consent to be extradited. They say, "Fine, send me back." But then, in a completely separate room, they file a claim for asylum against that very same country. Under current rules, that asylum claim acts like a legal pause button. We can't remove them until the claim is resolved. But here is the kicker. Because the systems don't join up, the Home Office and the Immigration Tribunal often have no idea the person already agreed to go back. You have a judge looking at an asylum case, worrying about the person's safety, while in another file, the person has already said, "I'm happy to return." It's a total breakdown of communication that treats the law like a game of hide and seek. The honesty box visa. Then we have the visa process. When people apply to enter the UK, there's a box that asks, "Have you ever been in trouble with the law in your home country?" Naturally, criminals tick no. They enter, they settle, and later, sometimes years later, it turns out they had a rap sheet a mile long back home. And what happens when we catch the lie? Usually, nothing. There are almost zero prosecutions for making false claims on visa applications. By failing to punish the lie, we are essentially telling the world that honesty is optional. If there's no consequence for fraud, you're not a host country. You're an easy mark. The deep dive solution. Here is another massive gap. Let's say a foreign national, or even a UK national, is up for extradition for a serious offence. If they beat the case on a technicality or a human rights argument, they just walk out of court and go back to their normal life, as if nothing happened. In any sensible system, beating an extradition case for a serious crime should trigger what we call a deep dive. If you've been flagged for serious criminality abroad, you should be under a microscope. Law enforcement should be checking everything. Are your tax returns accurate? Are your vehicles insured? Do you have unpaid parking tickets? Where is your income actually coming from? If criminals knew that beating the system in one court would trigger a microscopic examination of every other aspect of their life, the UK would stop being such an attractive place to hide. We need to make the environment hostile to criminality, not just the individual. Retrospective justice. Finally, we have to talk about foreign convictions. Why is it that we only find out about a person's violent past after they've committed a crime here? The Home Office needs to be proactive. If it transpires, even 10 years later, that someone lied about their past to get British nationality, that nationality should be revoked. Full stop. We need to stop treating British citizenship like a get-out-of-jail-free card for past crimes. Until we join the dots between the police, the courts and the Home Office, the UK will continue to be a soft target. We don't need more laws. We just need the ones we have to actually work together. Thanks for listening, and look out for another official observation soon.